Less than 1% of college students do an internship in their very first year of college, mainly because they have answered tough exams like JEE and BITSAT, and they want to have that fun experience in college. They want to live that college life that they have watched on YouTube. I was one of them, and that one opportunity completely changed my life. Please watch this video completely. I'm going to share how I got my first internship in college, how much that internship used to pay me, how you can get an internship yourself, and how you can actually start changing your life from the first year itself. Hey everyone, I hope you're doing good. I'm Dhruva, the co-founder of Fodu Club, as well as a fourth year student at BITS Goa. Getting your first opportunity is very underrated. And if you are able to do this in the very first year of college, where your entire batch is just chilling and having fun, going out to parties, going out to enjoy, if you sit in your room and if you actually try to get your first opportunity, that first opportunity will set an entire pathway for you that is going to help you throughout your college life as well as after it. First things first, I would like to share my own story of getting my first internship, because it's not the way it generally happens. It was very surprising for me as well. So stick around and I will later also tell you how much I was getting paid in this internship. If you don't know this, I have been making YouTube videos since 2021. Back in 2021, when I just got into college, it was lockdown, but even at home, I was trying to make videos here and there. The first time I came to campus was actually in the second semester back in 2022, when I had almost posted like 5 to 10 YouTube videos. In my second semester, I was able to get over 1000 subscribers as well as over 3 lakh views. I was a part of this college club called as CEL BITS Goa, that is Center for Entrepreneurial Leadership BITS Goa. In my second semester of college, CEL took us for an outing in a pub in Panaji. It was my first time going to a pub and it was the last time as well. But I was very excited for this because I had never been to a place like that before. Many of my friends were also in CEL, so we were having a lot of fun. I was also talking to so many seniors. So every single person was talking to each other, dancing, eating great food, and just having a great time. And while all of this was happening, Ankit, who is one of the ex-coordinators of CEL, came up to me and he said that he watches my YouTube videos. Now this is not new for me because so many people come to me and they tell me that, hey, I watch your YouTube videos and I really like them. And I really appreciate that when anyone comes and tells me. But Ankit told me that he runs a social media page called as Samvad and asked me if I would like to join them as a social media intern. I was so surprised at that moment as well as excited. So I ended up saying yes. I was like, hey, definitely let's work together and let's see what we can do. After I said yes, we literally stopped talking about a topic and just danced together. So it was like we were having fun, then there was a serious conversation, and then we were again having fun. So that might sound very surprising, but that's how I got my very first internship. Of course, this was a paid internship and it was my first ever paid internship. I will tell you the exact amount of the stipend at the end of the video, so stick around and let's continue. Now I know a lot of you will say ki, hey Dhruv, you got the internship very easily. You were doing stuff in your first year. So a senior himself came and asked you ki, hey, क्या तुम हमारे साथ काम करना चाहोगे? But ये तो हमारे साथ नहीं होगा, तो हम लोग कैसे करें पहली internship? Don't worry about that, because whatever I've done to get my first internship, I've tried to break it down in several points, which I think that if you apply, you will definitely get your first opportunity. These points are actually very simple and very easy to apply, and I haven't really heard anyone talking about them on YouTube or in general. So I promise you that if you keep watching the video till the very end, you will definitely get a clear idea of what you can do to get your first internship. Step number 1. It is very important for you to know about what role or industry do you want to experience. Do you want to code? If yes, then do you want to go into blockchain, or do you want to go into software development, or do you want to go into cybersecurity? Similarly, do you want to create content on social media, or do you want to learn about how electric circuits work? The first step is always figuring out what is your interest or what you want to pursue. Now I understand that in your first and second year of college, you are not really clear about what you want to pursue, but there is that little curiosity you have within yourself, which you have to ask yourself about, and definitely you are going to get an answer about what field you are interested in. You can literally pause the video right now for 5 to 10 seconds and think about the things that you are interested in. Done. Now that you know what you're curious about and what you are interested to pursue, step 2 is to find out what the industry demands. Let's say you want to become a software developer. Now you have to figure out what are the things that the industry demands for a software developer. Do you need to know a coding language? Do you need to have some communication skills? Do you need to know some other type of XYZ thing? Once you have the entire list of things that are required for the role, you can start to complete them as a task one by one. Some roles might require hard skills like coding, where you actually have to know a language. You need to learn how to code. You need to learn how to build things. Whereas something like creating content is not really very documented. It is something that is there within your head. It is something that you feel. It's your ability to understand various patterns on the social media and create new content. Depending on your role of interest, you have to develop that hard or soft skill. I'm not saying go forward and learn an entire language. I'm saying at least try to learn the basics of that language so that if you join an organization, you can at least try to understand what the code is. You can understand what the logic of the code is. Now, if the role that you want to do doesn't specifically demand any hard skill, that means you can actually just get an internship on the basis of your enthusiasm and your curiosity to learn. But even then, try to have a basic understanding of the field that you want to enter. Do you want to go into graphic design? In that case, try to pick up some thumbnails from YouTube and try to redesign them on Photoshop, on Canva. Maybe you can pick up some marketing campaigns by Zomato or Zepto or even Disney and try to just redesign them on Photoshop or Canva. This way you're trying to understand how the market thinks, how the people think, and you're trying to create content that people actually like to see. Now that we know what we have to do for the role, step number 3 is documentation. You have to document whatever you're doing. And by documenting, I mean you have to document it online. Make an account on LinkedIn, design your profile, add a nice profile photo, have a nice banner, and just start posting about what you learn. I'm not saying you have to do 100 days of DSA or you have to do 500 days of a design. You just need to update the people, or you just need to put an update on your LinkedIn whenever you learn something new. Like for example, I don't post about Fodu Club on my LinkedIn every single day. Maybe once in 2 months I'll write something about Fodu Club, the learnings that I have had from my company or the achievements that Fodu Club has made in the recent times. Documenting is very, very important because this way what you're doing is you're making people around you aware that you are learning this particular thing and that you're trying to upskill yourself in that particular skill. After 1 or 2 months of doing this, people will actually know about what your interests are. They'll be like, hey, Dhruv is a kid from Bits Goa and he posts about creating content on Instagram and he has put almost 10 posts about his learning. We require a social media intern in our company. We should reach out to Dhruv because he is actively, doing stuff on Instagram. Why am I saying this? Is because the same thing happened with me. I love to create content and I realized that I want to pursue content creation. So I started creating videos on YouTube. After I made almost 20 to 30 videos, people around me and people in my network noticed that Dhruva loves to make videos, Dhruva loves to create content. Multiple people after Ankit asked me if I would like to join their team as a social media intern. This only happened because my YouTube was like my resume. People saw my YouTube page and they were like, hey, this kid has thousands of views and he is consistently posting on YouTube. That probably means that he's interested in this particular role and we should approach him because that will benefit our organization. Take this step very seriously. Very few people actually do it. A lot of people actually get scared of posting about their progress online because they are shy of how people will judge them and what others will say. But honestly, don't give a fuck about what people say. No one cares. Everyone is busy in their own world. Just focus on building your life. After you've done all of this, it's time for step number 4. It's time to reach out to people in your network and people who you think are potential leads for an opportunity. Reach out to the people who you think can give you an opportunity. It can be the co-founder of a startup, it can be the owner of a business, or it can also be your parents if they work in a company where they require a role of your choice. There is no shame in asking. बस ये सवाल पूछने से तुम छोटे नहीं बन जाओगे. Being shameless is actually going to get you so many opportunities in this world that you haven't even imagined. So go out there, talk to people on LinkedIn, talk to your college seniors, your parents, as well as some uncle or auntie that you know. Ask them if they know someone who can provide you an opportunity. Trust me, if the company is good, if the person you are interacting with is good, and if you have a substantial amount of thing to offer, you will definitely get a paid internship. A company only invests in those people who are going to give the company a big output. That's why the step 1 and step 2 are very important, so that you actually develop yourself, build a foundation, and then go out and reach out for internships. This might sound very easy when I say it, but you have to spend at least 2 months to develop yourself for any role that you aspire to work in. But because people in first and second year prefer chilling over, working on themselves and getting internships and, getting experience, you, even if you just have the intention of doing this, are going to be far ahead of them in the coming years. Lastly, I'm sure that you're curious to know how much I was making in my first internship. So my first ever stipend was rupees 5,000 every single month. I was really happy when I received my stipend for the first time. It was the first time I actually made any real money, and that I sent a screenshot of that picture to my parents as well as some of my friends, and it was a very happy moment for me. I'm never going to forget that throughout my life. Use this 4-step framework and I promise you, you will get your first internship that is going to change your life just like mine did. If you are watching this video, I really wish for you to get your first internship as soon as possible. Subscribe and stay tuned because I'm planning to make many videos that are going to help college students. See you and have a good day.